I feel so happy and calm when I'm in the bush. It's really exciting. You just never know what you're gonna see out there. Every day you see something different. You always learn something new.
My first wildlife animal that I saw was an elephant.
Most of the time, when we see elephant from televisions, we see them with an aggressive expression. That moment, the elephant was peaceful, and it made me to grow this passion of knowing more about the wildlife. Now, to me, the wild means life.
People from our community who have not seen wildlife, it's difficult for them to even name an impala from a book because they've never seen it before.
Seeing a young person's thrill, that expression on their face when they see their first rhino, and they start to understand that those rhino are so precious and the elephants are so precious. Suddenly the penny drops and they begin to understand conservation issues. It's always been there, but nobody's ever explained it to them. Nobody's ever given them the evidence and said, make up your own mind. I think I knew a little bit about the injustices before I came to South Africa, before we emigrated, but it doesn't hit you until you're actually here.
Water is the most challenge when it comes to the villages. Coming back all the way from school, thinking you have to go somewhere far and pushing wheelbarrows to fetch water, and you have to wash uniform, you have to cook. It's tiring.
Sometimes go to school without eating, sometimes going to school, come back home, not finding anything.
There are many who wish to be in the Kruger Park, but they can't afford it. Even I personally, I wished one day I want to be in the Kruger Park.
I was so shocked that none of the local school children in the government schools, 20, 25 kilometres from the gates, had ever been into Kruger Park or any of the private reserves.
I thought wildlife is something that people talk about, they've never seen it. People around the world, they think that white people are the one that cares about animals. It seems like they have more information. Also, black people, if they'll get enough information about how they benefit from those animals, they'll have love from them. Everything that we do now, it actually comes from nature. Even the house that you are sleeping in, it actually comes from nature.
There are a number of reasons why the local communities haven't been engaging with national parks. One really important reason is financial reasons. It's just so expensive. Some people will say, well, there's a week when entrance into the Kruger Park is free, so it doesn't cost anything. And that's not right, because you still have to have transport, you still have to have a car, and you still have to have fuel that goes in the car to be able to do it. Another reason would be that it's something that's been denied to them under apartheid. And so it's not part of their tradition, it's not part of their sort of aspirational culture. I wanted to make a change. I wanted to put right the fact that so many don't have access to South Africa's wildlife. And I thought photography would be a really interesting vehicle for getting them into those wild places and capturing their own images and their own take on their natural heritage.
Actually, the day that Mike told us that tomorrow we're going on a game drive, I actually didn't have a picture of actually what is game drive, and I didn't ask Mike what is game drive, to find out that he's going to take us to the Kruger National Park and then we're going to see animals.
He was teaching us the ecology book that we teach the grade 6 and grade 7 learners. So that's when I actually met Mike Kendrick, and he's a really nice guy.
In 2016, I didn't have a cam, I didn't have a laptop, so I thought it's very useless because I don't have anything to work with. But the moment Mike gave me the cam, I thought, no, I can't give up now. I have to keep it going.
The first time I picked up a camera, I was like, wow, is this really me holding a camera?
I think when I first started Wild Shots Outreach, I was really interested in the wildlife images. Their images were fresh and inspiring and very different from the images that I've been seeing over my years. As I've done more and more courses, I've realised that the workshop images are just as important and just as interesting. And I've also come to realise that perhaps the photography is just a vehicle, it's just a means to an end. I'm trying to get these young people not just to look over the fence, but through that fence that separates their communities. It seems to be able to raise a young person's self-esteem and raise their self-confidence. It's their heritage after all, it's not really mine. I'm an Englishman who's come here who loves African wildlife. As a grey-haired white guy, I'm not the best role model for some of these young people. So one of my goals would be to have the graduate of my programme from the local community that I've worked with taking over the programme from me.
The moment that I knew that I want to save animals is when I saw a picture of a rhino being cut the horn and the blood just was coming out. I felt the pain as it's me, how they use the horn just to show that they are rich while the animal is dying. It's hating.
I remember the first time when I went for a bush school with the kids from Eco Children. The excitement, just seeing an impala, it was wow. I even got goosebumps. They really, really enjoyed it.
When people from my community see my wildlife images, a smile on their faces, it's amazing. They had a desire that one day we want to visit the wild and learn more about it.
I think there's nothing better than teaching. I'm able to tell the story through photograph, to take a picture and go to my community and tell them what I see in that picture. Photograph to me, it means everything.
We've based a couple of our exhibitions in areas where we know there are issues with poaching. But it's really interesting when you go and you put up the exhibition boards and you're expecting maybe the students to come along and bring their parents or their neighbours, and you're expecting maybe 20 people. We've had turnouts of 600 people. That gives those communities a chance to see the animals through the lens or through the eye of those young people.
We can connect with so much people through photography. I believe in youth development and entrepreneurship. What I'm dreaming to achieve is to help our communities to generate better financials.
I actually wanted to open my own company, and Isana also wanted to open his own company of photograph. So we started everything with the registrations and got the BE certificate, then we started the business. NYE stands for Tshego Youth Entrepreneurship. Tshego means freedom.
I've learned that in life you have to be focused on something, know what you want, and then work on it. If it doesn't work, go again and take another shot like you do as a photographer.
Now I'm at Waterside Lounge doing an internship of the department that I here.
Now I'm working as a field guide at Baobab Bridge Game Lodge in Greater Kruger. When I was doing this course, my biggest challenge was I went there with no driving experience, so it was very challenging, thinking that I'm falling behind. Everyone is like driving. I'm the only one who cannot drive properly, but I managed to get through that.
I love writing, I love photography, I love journalism. So my dream was to become a journalist. After my internship, I'm going to apply for Rhodes University to further my studies in journalism.
Being the black young female guide, it's really shocking to other people. It's something rare. When I go to the airport to pick up my guests, they'll ask me like, what do you do? I'm like, a field guide. They were like, are you sure this is what you want to do? I'm like, yeah, aren't you scared of elephants? I'm like, not at all. I feel proud and happy that I'm actually going to inspire. It's going to make me cry. That I know I inspire a lot of people. My name is Queen, and to be honest, I really feel like I'm the queen when it comes to this career.
I believe that we can win the conservation battle, but we have to engage with the local communities. We have to explain what's going on the other side of that fence.
So far, I've learned each and every opportunity that you get, take it serious, because it doesn't come easy. So I took photographs serious as my hobby, but now it became my life.
I will definitely go back to my community and do my best to make sure I involve them with nature. Some of the people that have seen my blogs or articles or pictures, and they would like, wow, it's beautiful, it's amazing what you're doing. Just keep it up.
You got to build yourself up. Life is a journey. Don't give up yet.
I've just started this journey. I'm looking forward to whatever challenge is gonna come towards me, and I will stand my ground. I am ready for anything.